Hi friends, today we will discuss about arterial blood gas. What is arterial blood gas? Arterial blood gas analysis is the procedure to analyze the blood gas of arterial blood, which is including pH level, O2 level, CO2 level, and it is help to interpret respiratory, circulatory, and metabolic disorders. Next topic is purpose of ABG. Why we are doing ABG? ABG we are doing because of the doctor can get clues about our heart, lung, and kidney are working. You will probably get together test along with it because we have to do another test also and specialized test also, and through ABG also we will get some ideas about heart, lung, or kidney diseases. Now we will discuss indication when we have to check ABG. In that first one, check for severe breathing and lung problems such as asthma, cystic fibrosis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, that means COPD, or obstructive sleep apnea. These are the medical condition which we have to do ABG. And second one, check how treatment for your lung problem are working, because if the patient having lungs problem, we will give some antibiotics and supportive drugs. How it is working, that we can check through ABG. And third one, check whether you need extra oxygen or other help with the breathing, because if the patient having breathing problem, we have to give oxygen. Sometimes we need to give extra oxygen. That all the things we can check through ABG. And last one, check your acid base balance. You can have too much acid in your body from kidney failure, a severe infection, or specific toxic ingestion, or DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. Means if the patient having some serious kidney or other infectious problem, in that time we can check the acid balance through ABG. That also a main important thing in ABG. Now we will discuss common sites of ABG. First one is radial artery. These arteries are a very common site of taking ABG blood, and it is very easy to withdraw or easy to palpate the pulse for ABG. And second site is femoral. And femoral also is we are doing femoral site also. In disease also is very good artery, because our femoral line having a large human lumen artery, and we can easily withdraw the arterial blood from there. And last one is brachial artery. In brachial artery, we are not recommending brachial artery that much, because it is a single artery which is going through your hand. That's why we are not doing brachial artery. And if we are doing in brachial artery, if it is any block or anything happened in brachial artery, our blood circulation to your lower hand, it will blocked, and it will cause a gangrene or any other further complication. That's why we are not do that much ABG from brachial artery. Now we will discuss about ABG components. ABG having the following components. In that, first one is pH. pH is a measure of acid base balance, because through pH we can measure the power of hydrogen ion, and through that we can conclude is it acid or base. And second one is PaO2, means oxygen, how much oxygen present in our arterial blood, that also we can conclude through ABG. And third one, PaCO2, means carbon dioxide, and in that also we will measure CO2, carbon dioxide level in our arterial blood. And third one, HCO3, that is called bicarbonate. Through this we can calculate the concentration of bicarbonate in our blood. And the fourth one means base excess deficit, means BA, we are seeing in ABG. BA means it is also a balance of acid or base, and through that we can conclude that the blood having acid or base, because through that in kidney diseases the patient having acid base excess. Okay. And last one is SaO2, means saturation, how much oxygen present in our body, and how much it is circulating in our body. That also we can check through ABG. Now we will discuss about result reporting critical findings. In that, first one is normal values. In normal values, first is pH, power of hydrogen ion. In normal pH of water is 7, but The blood pH is 7.35 to 7.45. It is above than 7. That's why it is slightly alkaline. ABG bloods are slightly alkaline. Second one, PO2. PO2 means oxygen level, that is 75 to 100 mmHg, means it is the normal value. Second one, CO2. CO2 means carbon dioxide, that is 35 to 45, and bicarbonate is 22 to 26. This is the normal level of bicarbonate. Base excess means the BE value is minus 4 to plus 2. This is a BE value, means there's a acid base balance. And last one is saturation, means oxygen saturation, it will be 95 to 100 for normal patient. Now we will discuss about acid base balance. Acid base balance is a reflection of pH, means through pH we can conclude that the arterial blood is acid or alkaline. It is happened due to some of metabolic changes or respiratory changes, and through that our cells having some chemical reaction and cell can't absorb that much oxygen from the blood, and the normal pH is 7, and if it is higher than normal or 7, it is called alkaline. If it is lower than or less than 7, it is called acid. Now we will discuss some condition which can find out through ABG. In that, first one is respiratory acidosis. Respiratory acidosis is caused by inadequate alveolar ventilation, leading to the retention of carbon dioxide and an increase in free hydrogen ion. That means if our lungs is not working properly, means alveoli is the minute part of lung. If it is not working properly, it will cause retention of carbon dioxide, means there is no exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide will increase our body, and it will cause to increase or it will free the hydrogen ion, and through that we will get acidosis, and in that our CO2 level will increase, and obviously the pH level will decrease. The causes of respiratory acidosis is hypoventilation, acute lung injury. In that, upper airway obstruction, lower airway obstruction, impaired alveolar findings. These are the lung disease, and chronic lung disease, neuromuscular disorder, obesity. These are the main causes of respiratory acidosis. Now we will discuss about metabolic acidosis. Metabolic acidosis involves excess fixed acid products. That means lactate or loss of HCO3. It occurs when the body produces excess quantities of acid, or the kidney are not removing sufficient acid from the body. If left untreated, metabolic acidosis can lead to acidemia. Metabolic acidosis means that it is a decreased level of bicarbonate level, and it is happened due to excessive production of acid in our body, or kidney dysfunction, or kidney is not removing sufficient acid from the body. If it is untreated, it will lead to acidemia. And it means that metabolic acidosis means, acidosis means it is definitely it is decreased pH, and metabolic means it's regarding HCO3, and metabolic acidosis, the HCO3 will decrease. The causes of metabolic acidosis are renal disease, liver disease, lactic acidosis, prolonged lack of oxygen, shock, poisoning, medications, dehydration, diarrhea. These are the main causes of respiratory acidosis. Now we will discuss about respiratory alkalosis. Respiratory alkalosis is caused by over excretion of carbon dioxide, that means hyperventilation, resulting in more CO2 than normal being exhaled, thus leading to a reduction in free hydrogen ions and alkalotic stage. Means through overventilation we are giving excess oxygen, through that CO2 level in our body will decrease, and it will cause decreased free hydrogen ion, and it will cause alkalosis. That means pH level will increase, and respiratory alkalosis means increased pH and decreased CO2 level. Main causes of respiratory alkalosis is hyperventilation, acute asthma, CNS disturbance, high altitude, pneumonia, drugs, and fever. These are the main causes of alkalosis or respiratory alkalosis. Now we will discuss about metabolic alkalosis. Metabolic alkalosis occurs as a result of decreased hydrogen ion concentration, which leads to increased bicarbonate, or alternatively, direct result of increased bicarbonate concentration. Metabolic alkalosis means that in our body, if pH level is increasing, that means hydrogen level will decrease. Due to that, bicarbonate can increase. Otherwise, directly the bicarbonate level, the HCO3 level can increase in our blood. That is called metabolic alkalosis. In metabolic alkalosis, the pH level increase. Alkalosis, pH level will increase and increase HCO3 level. Bicarbonate level also will increase. Causes of metabolic alkalosis are excess alkali administration, hyperkalemia, IV penicillins, refeeding syndrome, massive blood transfusion, diuretic therapy, vomiting. These are the causes of metabolic alkalosis. Now we will discuss interpretation of ABGs. How we have to conclude an ABG. Look at the pH. You have to look at the pH. If pH is increased, that means alkalosis. If pH is decreased, that is acidosis. And next you have to look out PaCO2, carbon dioxide. If it is increased, that means respiratory acidosis. If it is decreased, that means respiratory alkalosis. And last one is HCO3. HCO3, if it is increased, that is called metabolic alkalosis. If it is decreased, that is called metabolic acidosis. And last is look at O2, because through O2 we can find out if the patient need extra oxygen or not. This is the interpretation of ABG, that is conclusion of ABG. Through this you can conclude patient having alkalosis or acidosis. Now we will discuss about procedure. That means how we have to take ABG from a patient. In procedure, first you have to gather equipments, means you have to arrange all the equipments nearby the patient. First is gloves, gauze piece, alcohol wipes, then tape, then syringe, that is called heparin syringe. Now we will check the pulse area. For that you have to perform modified Allen test. Modified Allen test is you have to check the circulation of the patient hand. For that you have to tell the patient to close his fist pressurely. After that you have to apply pressure to the radial and ulnar artery. Like this you have to pressurize the artery, and after some time the color of hand will change like this. And after some time you release pressure on the ulnar artery, wait for some second. After some second, color should return to the entire hand within 5 to 15 seconds with adequate ulnar blood supply. And that means there is circulation, and you have to palpate the radial pulse. If you are getting radial pulse, you have to go for further procedure. You have to clean the area with alcohol swab for 30 seconds. Otherwise it has to be dry, and you have to wear apron, you have to do hand hygiene, and you have to wear gloves before the procedure. After wearing glove, you have to check the heparin syringe. You have to expel the expiring needle, insert the needle at 45-degree angle, wait for some time, observe flashback, and you have to wait to allow the syringe to self-fill. The syringe will self-fill. After filling the syringe, you have to remove the needle immediately and pressurize the area and engage needle. You recap the needle and dispose the needle into sharp instrument immediately. Stop container immediately and recap the syringe. Thank you for watching the video. If you having doubt, please comment me, and please subscribe my channel Medical Knowledge for You.